Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me right now is Brent Ness. He is the president and CEO of Aclarion. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is ACON on NASDAQ. And Aclarion will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, Planet MicroCap Showcase Vegas, in partnership with MicroCap Club, taking place April 22 through 24, 2025 at the Paris Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. For more information, to register in person, to meet Brent, to see the Aclarion presentation, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Brent, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Thank you, Robert. I'm doing well.
All right. Well, look, you presented our conference last year. That was the last time we did the interview together. Before we get into the updates, for those that don't know the Aclarion story, can you give us that quick overview of the company?
Sure thing. We are addressing the largest single spend in all of healthcare, which is the chronic low back pain area, with a novel technology that helps physicians identify which disc inside of the low back is causing pain. We do this non-invasively through an MRI-like experience in an MRI machine using MR spectroscopy. We we have made significant progress in terms of market adoption, in terms of payer coverage, and we're really poised in a way to take our evidence to more payers and create a commercial launch-ready organization. So we're super excited about that. Again, chronic low back pain is the number one expenditure in all of healthcare. 266 million people suffer from that around the world, and the current means of diagnosing it is incredibly difficult, leading to poor outcomes ultimately. We've launched a national randomized control trial being led by Johns Hopkins and Nick Theodore, the chair of neurosurgery of Johns Hopkins, which will really prove out earlier studies that show that when Nociscan, which is the name of our product, is utilized in the treatment planning and diagnosis process, that outcomes improve. And that's where obviously huge dollars are derived from the health system in terms of savings.
Absolutely. No, and I appreciate that. So, like I said, last time we did an interview together, we published that pretty much around this. Wow. Oh my gosh. Like almost to the day. Last time we published that was April 5th, 2024. Today is April 7th,
Wow.
2025. So, let's get that full update. What would you say are some of the company's highlights in the last 12 months?
Yeah, well, we've like I said, we've launched that Clarity trial, which is a huge deal, but probably more commercially focused. We've achieved three private payer coverages in London, which opens us up to full market launch in the London market, which is really a outstanding opportunity for us to prove that when the barriers from ordering Nociscan are removed, the um, the market will adopt the technology. So those payer coverages are huge. Um, we've also retained our entire team throughout the time, so people are very committed. Our KOLs are also here and very committed. We haven't had any of them leave, and actually more people are joining the efforts to bring Nociscan to market. So it's been a good year, and again, we just keep making great progress in removing those structural barriers to adoption of a new technology. In terms of scanner access, we've got some great new customers out there, including luminary sites like Northwestern, Advocate Aurora, USC, Scripps, University of Miami. So again, the footprint is growing, the interest in the technology is growing, and we're thrilled to have the footing we have to move forward.
Very good. All right. Well, to close this out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's goals and value catalysts for 2025?
Yeah, so driving scan volume in that London market is absolutely huge. Getting preliminary results from the Clarity trial, which once we know that the outcomes will replicate those that we've seen in other studies, is absolutely, that's a tectonic shift, because with that data, we'll be able to go to the payers and get additional payer coverages. Even prior to that, though, I think from a catalyst perspective, if you look at getting local coverage decision with private payers in the United States, that will be a significant catalyst. And really, all of this comes from evidence. So when you see additional papers coming out, being published with clinical and economic evidence, that's gonna mean a lot to us. So Clarity trial, local coverage decisions, scan volume growth are all, three very important, and evidence, four very important catalysts moving forward. And I think one important point to everyone is that we have completely cleaned up our cap table. We've raised over $20 million gross in the first quarter. We have 2.5 years of cash on hand, which will enable us to execute through that Clarity trial preliminary results catalyst point. And we've got a team that has had zero turnover, that's executing to the strategy, and we feel like we're really on the precipice of taking this thing to a full market launch.
Very good. Well, Brent, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Aclarion?
Well, Aclarion.com is probably the best single site. We've done a lot to put information out there to make it easy to understand what we're doing. And then also Kieran Smith is our investor relations, and he's at ksmith@pcgadvisory.com. And his phone number is 646-823-8656.
Brent, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I'll see you in Vegas.
Okay, see you in Vegas, Robert. Take care.